Here today with Coach Ray Gates of the North Crowley Panthers. How are things in Southern Tarrant County this morning, Coach?
Oh, things are great. Waking up this morning, got a house full of family. My mom, my dad is here. Our oldest son is here. Grandkids are here. And our youngest son, he graduates high school today. So we've had a house full of family and a lot of love this weekend.
Now this weekend, your 7-on-7 team qualified for the state competition, and it seems like something you're really embracing. I haven't seen a lot of people. You got a hype video for the fact that you qualified for state. You just really, as a head coach, really embracing the whole 7-on-7.
Yeah, well, coming in to North Crowley, being there for about, 2.5 months, having to hire 10 guys, we were not able to come in and have spring ball. And so as we started our spring training, our football portion, we began to install our schemes offensively and defensively. And when doing so, I just told the coaches, right now my focus is being able to get on things that we do, and I wanted to be competitive and good at something. We didn't have an opportunity, like I said, to put on the pads and see what our kids could do from a full contact standpoint. So, being able to play 7-on-7 always gives you an opportunity to put in your base coverages and the foundation of your scheme offensively. So we attacked that. We had about 15 practices, through out this past month. And we were able to go out and qualify this weekend, which was huge for us. Coming into a new program, starting a little bit of the momentum that we want to lay as far as the foundation of our program. So we're really excited about our kids, what our kids were able to do in such a short period of time. And as all of the coaches around the state of Texas, even when you qualify, a lot of things still wrong, but you still got, someone to fix a lot of the things that we need to fix going forward.
Now, one of the things with you in particular is, trying to create excitement for the program there. Now it's had success. It's made the school has made the playoffs two consecutive seasons for only the second time in school history. But that's one of your things that I've noticed on social media is just really trying to make an effort to create excitement wherever you are. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think that's very important in our program and our approach to promoting our program. I think you have to be cutting edge when it comes to that, especially in today's time. Social media is a huge part of our kids' lives, more so than it has been of our lives. And being a little bit older, we grew up promoting our kids, and our kids are involved in it. We want to make sure that we were involved in it as well. We also wanted people around the state of Texas that follow, North Crowley football to feel like they are a part of our day-to-day operations by going to our social media outlet pages and being able to see what we're doing with our football team. My goal is to be able to separate us from, everyone else. If no one else is doing it, we want to be doing it. And if we have an opportunity to promote that, that's what we're going to do to get our kids more exposure. And also to shed a positive light on all the things that we're doing in North Crowley. We still yet have things that we have to implement within our program that's a part of what we do. And so people will be excited about some of those things as they come down the pike as well.
Now you spoke earlier about putting together your football staff. Now you've been in a bit of the role as a coordinator in the past of being a coach to the coaches, being a mentor for them. And as your mentors did for you, prepare you for the next role, preparing them for the next role. If you don't mind, talk a little bit about that role of coach as mentor to coaches.
Well, it's the old saying is when you're an assistant coach, your job is to make suggestions. And then when you become a head coach, your job is to make decisions. And so being now in both of those roles and understanding the importance of both of those roles for me as a head coach, I'm a guy that's about empowering guys, like setting up a platform for our guys to utilize their God-given abilities and talents, and to grow in those roles and maybe even areas that they're not. And I feel like as a head coach, that has a lot to do with me and my ability to recognize what guys are very good at and to give them feedback, positive and negative in those areas, as well as find those weaknesses and help them along the way. You know, I've had an opportunity to work for some great head coaches, Coach Carlos Link, unbelievable guy. I've always marveled at his ability to pay attention to the details and the little things. Coach Ford he's now at Plano. I work for Coach Ford. Guy about details and an unbelievable competitor in his own right. Worked with 1 year for Shundell, who's now at Baylor. And you know, one of the things that I learned from him was when he came into Cedar Ridge, he had a unique approach in connecting with our kids in the way that he was able to install and implement his schemes in such a short amount of time, and our kids to buy in to the new culture that he was creating was vital in our ability to be a very good football team in that following year. So for me as a head coach, I want to take all of those things that I've learned from those guys that were before me, and also be able to give that platform to our coaches so they're able to stand and grow in this profession and ultimately one day sitting in the seat and make the decisions that I have an opportunity to make today.
Now, you haven't had the opportunity to see your kids that hit each other in pads, but you've had a chance to see them in other sports around campus in your 7-on-7. What do you think you're going to look like this fall?
And I think, well, I'll say this. Courtney Allen, who was a previous head coach here at North Crowley, did a great job of bringing the program back to relevancy. We all know that in 2003 was the last time that North Crowley won a state championship. And then, you know, they kind of went, you know, on a slumbering slope, if you will, for several years. And Courtney got there about 3 or 4 years ago and was able to get those guys in the playoffs the last 2 years. So he's brought the program back. And so for us, you know, coming in, I felt like we had a great opportunity to take this thing to the next level. So when we looked at our kids and we were able to see the type of kids that we have, the type of ability that we'll be able to present on the field, I felt like we had the pieces to be really successful. Coming from Cedar Hill, you know what a successful football team can and looks like. And so we have a lot of those pieces at North Crowley. And so I'm really excited about the guys that we have right now on this football team. The senior leadership is unbelievable. But what's really gets me excited is that this past freshman class that we had at North Crowley that will be sophomores is a really, really good group. And when you start having classes like that and can put together back-to-back classes of athletic and talented kids, then you know you're starting to turn the program in the right direction.
All right. Well, one more thing before I let you go, Coach. Can you tell me one thing about Ray Gates that most people don't know?
Well, oh man, one thing, Ray Gates loves to get on boat with dad and uncle and go out and go fishing. So I'm from a small town, Shiner, Texas. That's home for me. So when I get an opportunity to go back home, about 4 hours south of the Metroplex, we're about an hour away from the nearest coastline. And we'll take the boat out, and we'll hit the bay, and we'll go wade fish. And we'll do that all day. And if we're lucky, a big fish fry. So, you know, being a country boy, you know, hunting and fishing is something that I love to do.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for your time today, and best of luck with the upcoming season.
Thank you very much as well. Thank you for having me on.